Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's episode of Mystical Myths. And today we're going to be continuing on with the As Above series. So let's go ahead and get into the art. Alright guys, getting right on into it. So honestly, you're really gonna have to walk with me on this one because this one started off looking real crazy. But something that I don't tend to do a lot of times is like draw something over and over again and like edit it and like try again and tweak it and make it better and like push it and reimagine it. And that's something that I definitely want to start to do more of because as I observe other artists and like their processes, I see like that some people just redraw the same thing over and over and over and over again, like a lot of times with different versions, um, and they just kind of push it and they just kind of reimagine it, and then eventually I guess they just pick which idea they like the best, and then they keep trying and they do it over and over again. And I think there's something that can be learned in that repetition of doing something over and over again, and also you can learn how to actually make it look like what you want it to look like, and it's also just practice. Like you're actually going to get better at drawing because you're practicing drawing. So I'm glad that I did not like this one. I was gonna just scrap it and start over and pretend like this just didn't happen. But I want to show the whole process. I want to show everything from the start to the finish. And even now that it is finished, I could go back and redraw everything that I've drawn so far. And I just might do that. This might just be the first draft of all my characters. I don't know yet, but I am not opposed to that. Not at all. So, this guy, not this guy, honestly, because the guy he's going to become a completely different guy. But this character that I am drawing is our first male character in our series, and he is also the third person in our 3 main character friend trio. So there's Sunny, there is Ray, and then there is Dez. This guy is Mars, based off of Mars. So I decided to name him Dez after the phrase, I guess it would be that the ancient Egyptians called Mars, they called it her Deshir, something like that. I don't know exactly how to pronounce it, but that is where I got Dez from. I thought that was a cool little name, so I thought Dez was a good name. So this is just gonna be Dez, Mars, whatever you want to call him. Yeah, so he is gonna be our third friend in the trio, but in the like the context of the show, his personality, he's gonna be like a conspiracy theorist. I think that would really go with Mars because a lot of people have a lot of conspiracies about Mars and like aliens and stuff like that. So that would be his vibe. So he would just just have a little. He would be skeptical about things. Like he would think like some things are a little mysterious, and maybe they would be a little mysterious. Maybe things would be a little questionable, and then like you'd be like, maybe he's on to something. But then it's like, no, he's not on anything. But then it's like, maybe, who knows? But I think that would be a really cool aspect of his personality, and also within like the show itself, he would not necessarily be like an actor. Like, okay, so the other characters in the show, like the main premise around this show is that it's mostly set in a high school like drama club or like theater class, something like that. And these characters are going to be putting on a show, performing. Um, and there's a lot of different, theater related dynamics and references and stuff like that. But Des would not be like an actor like Sunny or Ray or anything like that. He would be more on like the tech theater side of things. So I'm not sure if he would be like the light guy, the sound engineer, or like someone that helps to build the sets, or if he would do every little bit of everything. I'm not really sure. 100% on that, but he would definitely be on the more like technical behind the scenes um type of side. I just think that would work the best. I really don't have like a reason for doing that. I was just thinking about it and was like, oh yeah, I like that idea that because somebody has to do it, somebody in the show has to be behind the scenes, and I think that would be really cool. Like there could be different things that could be done with that, where he would, he would kind of be talking with his friends and stuff like that behind the scenes. Yeah, and I think it would work with the dynamic with the twins and everything. Everybody can't be an actor. Not everybody can be an actor. So he wouldn't be. Now, onto the actual art itself, what's on the screen. I decided to go with this hairstyle because, I don't know, I just thought it would look better than whatever the heck I was doing before. I don't know. But anyways, one thing about me, I'm always draw somebody with some sort of lock-esque look. Okay? I love locks. Shout out to all my locked people. And I also gave him like red ginger hair because Mars is the red planet. I had to make that connection. I had to make it plain. I gave him just a simple outfit. I think I am just going super simple with all the outfits because, one, I don't really draw clothes that often. So this is me learning how to draw clothes. So I'm just, everything I do is just for my imagination. I could and probably should start studying more and like actually learning how to do stuff instead of just winging it, but it works out, so I keep doing it. Anyways, hey, look at his little shirt. I drew a little guy on his shirt. I thought that was really cute. I figured this little guy might be like, I don't know, maybe within the show there would be like a cartoon or something, and this would be like a character from that. And I think that would be really cool. I thought the blue and the red hair really contrasted really nice, so I really like that. Especially because it's like, people say like there might be water on Mars and, blue water. That's it. Okay, now I am writing his name. Des. Okay? And I just decided to go with a nice simple orange, brown, and red ombre on his name. And now I'm just now realizing that I did not put any sort of like highlight on his name, but I definitely did that for some of the other characters. I kind of like that though. It kind of looks like it's dry, like a desert, like Mars. Alright guys, here is our finished character, Des. As always, let me know what you think down below. If you loved it, if you hated it, if you have any suggestions, I'm open. Ears are open. Let's talk. Anyways, thank you again so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.